the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big jobs, I don't think they can handle it. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerging victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears, it's glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on, smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, the man, oh, deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on, smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash. They slept on the team that they owe me. I need a ring and a trophy. I say I'm the best cause I am. It's no need in keeping it low-key. I can cover the D like a...
Okay, Coach, it is a brisk night in the Midwest as we bring you football from Paul Brown Stadium in the Queen City, Cincinnati, Ohio. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Buffalo Bills and the Cincinnati Bengals. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 17 at a Cincinnati first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together. 49's the mic. Watch 49.
They'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Brings up second down at the 38-yard line.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch twist. Watch twist. Watch twist. Twist, twist. Twist, twist.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Too little, Cupcake.
He'll drop to throw. He completes it to Boyd. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 17 at a Cincinnati first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be second and 11.
At the 18-yard line.
Let's go now. 1500. 1500. Come on, let's go.
Second and 11. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals take it right down and score on the opening drive. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 22-yard line.
Go, Mike, set. Blue 60.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Stafford. Completes it to Aguilar. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
32.
Stafford looks to throw again. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
At the 10-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. 22 yards there. A 1st down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Watch the run, watch the run.
On play action, they'll throw. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Jarran Reed in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. They'll set up a throw. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. Space to maneuver at the 40. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 49-yard line. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 17 at a Cincinnati first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
49, guys. Mike, 49. I'm coming. Check.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. It was Jaron Reed who got him down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. To throw now on 2nd and 10. Got his man, it's Eifert. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys? Coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night, guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
He finds his running back, Mixon. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and are controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
On 2nd down, Nicholas. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script, I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now the first carry for Devin Singletary. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. $14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
180. Quit talking about it and bring it.
On 2nd down and 4. Stafford caught here by Bell. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On first down, Stafford here. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Hey, go. 50-50.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Singletary. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Devin Singletary with touchdown number 8 on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Greg Joseph on for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. Joseph now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball,
Get a completion.
you get a catch,
Yeah.
but still,
No yards.
yardage. Okay.
They'll drop the throw. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Run it. Mark 49. Exit. Switch.
Now it's Mixon running right. And some space here. The 20. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
And they will not get a chance to return this one, as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
53, ready.
Mike 55, Mike 55. You must be getting tired of seeing me.
Throwing is Stafford. It's caught by Aguilar. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
And the Bills first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Check 3, check middle.
They'll run on first down with Singletary. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up, because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Stay 50.
On 2nd and 9, Stafford. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back.
Set, 260.
I'm coming after you.
Now they try the right side here. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now, you better bring it. Easy, alert.
On 2nd and 9, Stafford. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, Stafford. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Got it. 49's the mic. 49's the mic. Here we go, D. Get off the field.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
some of the most unselfish players on any football team? Defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
They're going to look to throw. And he fires one, but incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
35 yards on the return. Picked up some good blocks as well. And the Bills are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10.
180. Heavy on the edges. Alert. Check out, please.
Play action. Stafford. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 25 yards that time.
Lady.
First down, Bills.
Oh, you got deep?
Singletary on the toss play. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. A 5-yard touchdown as his guys are back within a single score. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
The extra point splits the uprights, and they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jaron Reed in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. To throw here. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. He's such a good route runner, shows it there on 3rd down, very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line. They'll
look to throw here on first down. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he's got this down to the 35. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
They'll look to throw here. And his throw is incomplete. Tyler Boyd, the former Pitt Panther, was the target, but it'll be 2nd down.
Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. They'll run it now out of the gun. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Back to throw. He gets this one to Boyd. And he'll be taken down shy of the 25 that he needed. He'll be a yard or two short. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Now 4th down and 1.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a real, I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
He's crossing. He's checking crack. Hey, 22.
On 2nd and 10, Stafford. Hunter Henry brings it in. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 18 on that one as the Bills are going to have a first down.
First down, Buffalo.
Stafford now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10. Here's Singletary. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Stafford now to throw. Complete. Hunter Henry with a grab. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there's an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A pickup of 27, and they pick up the first down in the process. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. On 2nd and 9, Stafford, and caught by Henry. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Over the middle, complete. That's Morgan. But he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first. Stafford now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. From 10 yards out, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Point after, right down the middle. And that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. Joseph now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdown.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Once again, they run with Mixon. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Hey, we got 4.
They'll look to throw. And Eifert has it. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. First down.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What did the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 10 yards there on a Bengal first. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there, and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
49 to Mike. 49 to Mike. Watch the run. Watch the run. It's soft, baby. That's big soft. 49 the mic. Watch 49. We got it.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
And what is going on here? Are they serious? First down, and they're in punt formation. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This will be fielded at the 17. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. 2nd and 14. And he's going to have the hook up to QT. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
It's now 3rd and 3.
Let's get it.
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down.
Bang, 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 bang. Watch the safety creep.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. 3rd down turns to 1st with that 5-yard pickup.
Bengals first down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Double dog. That's the way.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And this will be broken up and incomplete. Now a penalty flag down, and they may be going backward here. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Slam.
Looking to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I'm coming back.
And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. From the gun to give to Mixon. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd. Caught the defense off guard there a bit on 2nd and long, but now you still have to deal with 3rd and long.
Yeah, you do, but you feel pretty good about the last play, don't you? And maybe it gives you a little bit of confidence dialing up the next one, that maybe your team will believe in it when you send it in.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Now, Bengals on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. They'll set up to throw. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Jaron Reed has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Now it's Stafford. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and it's a second down.
Second and 4 at the 14-yard line.
180. Double right.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. And they got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Gut trip is here, baby. 280. 22.
Here's Stafford. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make this a second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
51 to mine. Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go.
Now Stafford. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Morgan. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 16 yards there, and the Bills have a first down. Stafford going to come up 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. They'll run out of the gun with Singletary. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From just shy of midfield, Stafford incomplete, almost intercepted. They haven't picked him off yet. Would have been a great time for the first, but instead it's 3rd down. The Bills on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, here's Stafford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Carl Lawson make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Bills send the punter out. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
At the 20-yard line.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go, D. Tighten up. Sponge, sponge.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Let's go. 49
On third down, Mixon. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
That kind of looked like a defense fed up by being gashed in the running game all night.
Yeah, and imagine their coach saying, if you're fed up on that play, where were you the rest of the time? What took you so long? But flip it over to the offensive side. They've been dominating this thing, and to finally have a play go against them, that's not something that's going to make them feel very good this evening.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Now Stafford. Throwing right, and that's complete. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
To throw again on 2nd down. Stafford, and that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. To the air again, Stafford. Caught here by Bell. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 1st down, Stafford here. And it's caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Bills have taken the lead. They do tack on the extra point as well. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Joseph now to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going, and they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Watch the screen! Watch the screen! Watch the screen! Tight dog! Tight to 6!
Back to throw. Got an open man. It's QT. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a 1st down. They'll look to throw. Obviously a big 1st down right there.
Yeah, they still got to hustle. They're going to get to the line of scrimmage and get set. But I don't think necessarily you need to spike it, but they've got to continue to move quickly.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. back to throw. He completes it to Boyd. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Tyler Boyd in the final minute. And the Bengals are going to jump back in front. Extra point right down the middle. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages, as a field goal now can only tie it. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. He's back to throw. That's complete. It's Bell. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. Now it's Stafford. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
55, 55. Hey, eat. Come to work. We want it. Come to
They snap it to Stafford. He completes it to the tight end Knox. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. Now Greg Joseph for the field goal try. With 3 seconds to go, if it's good, we're off to overtime. And this is no good. Oh, it was on target, but just a touch short. And that's how this one comes to an end. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did. But they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.
So for Cincinnati, it's a second win now as they move to 2-10 on the year. And now they'll get the weekend off as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Arizona Cardinals. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, this season is beyond salvage now as they fall to 2-10. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head down to Miami to take on the Dolphins. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lap. Whole squad all dressing all black. Every single last one of them got my back. 20 of us, that's 20 goons in them. Ice cream whip, triple scoop. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line, what you gonna do? Come on, I'm highly favored. Don't wanna play me, no conversation. Got time for no debating. It's for the taking, no hesitation. Don't try my patience. I'ma pour out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. On a run to the bed until we all got them baguettes. Hear them footsteps running, cause we coming for the jet. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. Lost my dogs, they by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die.